You didn't miss anything. I just started, bro. Literally 30 seconds ago. Nice Subaru. That guy lives in my building with the cap on in front. Oh wait, I don't think he does. No, I'm just confusing him with someone else actually. Yeah, I'm confusing him with someone else. He looks like the image of someone that lives in my building. The guy that lives in my building wears a hat like that as well and has a grey beard. And long hair as well. Okay, because of... Yeah, no, at first I was thinking like, why is he not saying hello? I was like, oh, it's not him. But even when he does see me, he never says hello anyways, this guy. He's a very quiet person, I find. You know? Yeah, more or less. I'm seeing these young families. I just think because like there's ice cream places around here and it's very popular, you know. That's what it is. There's a place called Teddy's which has been here for years. That's the Chinese I was in yesterday. There's a nail place. Look at this. Does it look good? Really, bro? Is monetized like get the donations in the super chat? I'm gonna do it when I get off. 100%. I'm gonna fucking just write it down. I'm gonna do it. I really will. I'm gonna prioritize it. I'm gonna make all the ones public that are old, and I'm gonna find a way. Look on ChatGPT and find how to make them just automatically go public. You know. And like, you know what's annoying when I lose connection and then it just gets deleted? That has happened a lot of times. And I need to prioritize next week to get a new phone network. Hey, how are you? Are you in Washington? Come on, that has to be a joke. Can I be a mod? You just arrived though. That's why you... I know, but I think the longer you keep it, the more hours you get, the closer you get to getting the super chat. You know? And then the more subscribers you get, the longer you're on it. But then it can just happen randomly when you don't know. It could even happen now for all you know. It's hard to know, like, how can you predict, like... Yes. It is Dublin, yeah. There's lots of people like that, and I did it before for one person because they kept asking, and then they just started like literally just spamming. And they kept deleting every comment. And then another person asked first time, and I was like, okay, I'll let you this time, but never again. And he was actually okay. Like, the reason I made Annie a mod is because she was here a lot. The reason I made you a mod, Human Help, because you were here a lot. One of the guys I watch the most is from Chicago, and like, I'm not even a mod for him. I don't even care about being a mod, and like, I've been there nearly 2 years and never asked to be a mod. A moderator is a mod, someone that can like delete comments so I can, not get distracted and read the comments, and they can help me get rid of all the spam, so I can concentrate and concentrate on what I'm saying and doing, instead of getting distracted by, the spam comments, like, and the negative ones. Yeah. That looks like a good place. I've never been in. I'm not really in the mood right now, and I'm trying to save, and if you spend all your money on these like ice creams and bottles of Coke all the time, you're gonna waste it. Like, and I know it's only like $2 or $3 or whatever, but it all adds up over time. If you do it 20 times, I already bought a can of Coke today, which a lot of people would consider unnecessary. Hey, it's a lot better than buying alcohol, but you don't want to create too much of a habit of it. Tiger needs to mod you. He should, bro. I've been here longer before everyone, and a lot of them are mods, and I've been there way longer than them. I never asked him. He probably should have made me one anyways, regardless, because I've been here so long. But he should, bro. It's called respect, Right now, yeah, I have somewhat of self-control. Like the guy said, go in and get an ice cream. It'd be cool for the stream, of course, but you gotta save as well. Like I know it's only $2 or $3, but like if you do that 20 times, you know what I mean? Like 50 times. Like, water is free; you can drink it from the tap. I'm just trying to save. I'm not mean. I'm just trying to save is all. I do buy them now and again, but like not all the time. Hi, bro. I just seen that girl check me out. Like, what the hell? I think she was more interested in the phone, because I have it like in my pocket like that. Because it's in a power bank. What do you splurge on then? Good on you. What do you mean splurge on? True. Yeah, it is true. Smith Sally, Sandy B word is a mod. Why do you not like Sandy? No. I meant what do you do for fun? Oh. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know. Exactly. But you know, something I kind of have to have in my place is milk. Like without milk, it's gonna be hard. Like you need it with your dinner, your breakfast. Like drinking water all the time. You will kind of waste your not waste your money, but you will like get bored of it. You need something different sometimes. But like I'd buy like a 2 liter of milk, and it would last about 2 days, sometimes three at most. And it's only like 2.35, 2.45 in euro every 2 or 3 days. That's better than just buying like cans of Coke every day. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Oh, because there was this like really fat person in McDonald's. I remember like, Tiger was like standing at McDonald's on the counter and the woman was like huge. And I was just like, fucking hell, how the fuck do you get like that? Like, that's just your own fault. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse to be like that. Just exercise and eat healthy. And then she went mad because apparently she's overweight. She took it so badly. And then she would ignore my comments for like a few weeks, but now she's all good with me. And then I remember I was saying one time, oh, I'd love to go over and live in America. And then she was saying, I hate when people say that. We're already overwhelmed as it is by immigrants. And then I kind of said, well, look at you. If you go back in your ancestry, you're European. You're not a real Native American. How do you think the Native Americans feel about you? And then she says, oh, well, that's different. That's different. And I was like, I kind of felt unwelcomed. That's all I'm trying to say. I understand her point, but I kind of felt unwelcomed. When was this? Oh, that was like 6 months ago. Pleasant, yeah. Now she says, I don't mind if someone comes and pays tax and works. But before she was saying, oh, I hate it when someone says they want to move to America. I don't like to record too much of the beach because like people might think I'm recording them. That kind of way. What the hell are they doing? I don't know what to say. Maybe not an excuse. I know you see it that way, but it is hard. I understand why you feel like that, though. But yeah, you never know. Someone could be depressed and overeating. They don't go outside the house, but they have to work because they need bills to pay. You should never really judge. I think I was more annoyed at my own life at the time and just was angry, which makes sense. I've done that sometimes when I've gotten angry. I've said things I didn't mean to say. As long as you don't make a habit of it. Because then that's just bullying if you make a habit of it. Everything. Going through some housing some problems. I want to stop drinking completely, but I'm not ready. I talk about everything here. No, it's not Portmarnock. It's Sandy Cove. How long have you lived in America, Sandy? Because you seem to know a lot about Ireland. You must have went over when you were younger, like 10 or 11, and you still know a lot about Ireland. Like, I don't think you were born and bred, like, in America since you know these places. There's a man just standing having a look out. You're from Detroit? It's the first problem you keep telling yourself. Squeaky shoe he has. Hi, how are you? Ireland or Northern Ireland? I think for taxes, I think Northern Ireland is lower in taxes. If you want to get away from that Protestant Catholic bullshit, oh, I'm British, I'm Irish, go to the Republic because no one cares about that here. Okay? But I feel better here because it feels like I'm in the real Ireland. I'm at home. If you go up to Northern Ireland, you see all the yellow redges on the car plates. You know, you kind of feel like I'm in a different country, even though you are in Ireland. I like to see the white plates because it reminds me of being back at home. I'm most definitely like I'm collective. How could you tell? Squeaky shoe be. Yeah, he was walking, that guy, and his shoe was squeaking, squeaking, squeaking. And I said squeaky shoe. I think he heard me because then he stopped and then he says, "How are you?" Or he said hi, and I said, "Good, how are you?" And then he turned the other way. He kept walking the other way. He turned back. Maybe he was embarrassed then. I've been to Ireland a few times. A dog called Sandy Cove. Really? Yeah. Hi, bro. How are you? Is it hot? Not really. Like you definitely don't need like a coat. Like you could go around in just a t-shirt, you'd be fine. But I do have a coat because it has good pockets in it, and I have my power bank plugged in. Did the English look down on the Irish? No, I don't think they do, bro. Not as hot as you, Shannon. Hello. But you only seen one picture, you know. Are you Irish? Yeah, bro. Oh, look at this lovely dog. Do you think he's okay to pet, or do you think he might bite? He looks really peaceful to me. Oh, look at him. Oh my God. Maybe there's some taste off those crisps. Yeah, it is. It looks like someone's house here at the gate, but I don't think they mind. Irish people are really friendly, you know. Yeah, we are. Like, someone's not going to come out and say, why are you petting my dog? Get away from my dog. Like, it's not like that here. They're going to come out and say, oh, do you like my dog? He's gorgeous. He's nice, isn't he? You know? And they'll probably even give you a treat to give to him. Look, I want to show you this rich house. It's absolutely crazy. And then I'm going to show you some of the poorer houses if you want to see the difference. I'm going to show you. So this is like a really rich house. There's a fucking camera looking at me. You know, it looks like something from the movies or something in Grown Ups. You ever watch that? Thanks to Wexford at this time of night. Brain chemistry, yeah. Like, you know how you know when it has a name on the house, Saint Kilda instead of a number, but the CCTV there, it's probably watching me right now, and he's like, what's this guy doing with a phone? Ireland isn't India. More Africans are than anything. I don't like these conversations anymore, you know, the emigration thing. They just get tiring, you know, and old and boring. And I have more important things to focus on. I've never seen a car looking like that. It's brand new Renault 5. I don't really like it, to be honest. I don't like yellow. And just the type of it, it's quite small and the shape, you know. Yellow's my favourite colour, really. Green is my favourite colour, like a lime green. I also really like red. It depends what you have yellow on. Like, if you have a yellow coat, that can look nice. That can really look nice with some jeans. There's another little dog. But I'm not going to walk up there because the person has the door open. You know. Just too much yellow. It didn't really suit that car though. If it was like a Lamborghini, you'd get away with it. You know? Or a Corvette or something. But on a little tiny Renault, not really. Imagine knocking in and saying, can I have a party? Which is best country in the world? I don't know, bro. I haven't traveled the world and nothing is better than anything. It just depends on what you like, you know? I'm going to go over and show you the council houses. If you don't know what that means, it's like Section 8 in America. Like, it's the kind of... Like, look at these houses. They're all the really rich ones. Percent true. I think Bangladesh is best. Well, that's cool. Hello, bro, Sean. Hello, how are you? Sean, you remember what pub you went? Why did I go to a pub? Did you see me in a pub? I have no clue what you're talking about. And if that's the case, if I was in one and I don't remember, that's not good. I don't think I went to a pub at all, bro. I think I drank from home, right? Look at that. Someone left some chocolate brownie. And look, they left the tray there. People littering. They shouldn't be littering, but in fairness, like, I mean, you're waiting for the bus here and there's not even a single bin around. Eat it. Shit. Or Arab countries. Wow, bro, that's not good. I must have blacked out. That's not good. That's how you know it's a problem. But was I drinking anything in my hand, like a pint glass or something? Look at that boarded up house. That's crazy, and it's so big, you know? If you're awake, law, yeah. Just try that. Into the Brucey. Maybe. Maybe I did buy one and I don't remember. I had 25 in my account yesterday, and I woke up this morning. There was 10, and I remember buying the drink for like $4.50 or something in the supermarket, the cider. So I must have bought like a shot of something. I don't know, but I say I probably spent 10 on drink, but that's not a big problem. But you still got to prioritize trying to save, you know. I didn't cash for drink. I didn't. I never had any cash yesterday. It's closing. Lol, joking, Irish. Did you tell him about the pain to human? I didn't even see your comment until now. Won't it tell you? It will. Hello. Yeah, I'll do that when I get off. Yeah, out for a walk. I used to give someone I trusted my bank card, so on payday I wouldn't go to the pub to buy a drink at all. Yeah, I used to do that to my mother, but then there's ways around it. You go to the bank with your ID, they give you the cash, you just tell them that you lost your bank card or misplaced it. You know, you use Apple Pay, Google Pay. What I'm doing now to stop me is I'm sending the majority of my money every week to my mother, so that way it's in her account, and I'm just leaving myself with 20. Yeah, I told him to leave a comment on my YouTube. He's living in Dublin, right, isn't he? We don't have I don't have Facebook or Insta, but Discord. You use Discord. Why are you doing that? So discipline, yeah. So now I have about 370 something, and I did ask her for some money yesterday out of it. I said it's my money, and she did give it to me, but she needs to say no, and she needs to just like switch off her phone, like when I'm texting, when I'm ringing, you know. And then if she's worried, thinking, oh, he might steal the drink if I can't give him the money, that's my problem. That's up to me to be an adult, because you know that I have probation, and I can't be doing shit like that, because even one little silly thing like that could get me locked up. You know, I'm on thin ice as it is. So she needs to be stricter too. But you know, at least she didn't send you the whole thing. You know what I mean? Just ordered an Indian takeaway now. Oh, that's a nice car. The old Mercedes. There's a couple of them around here. I love them. But yeah, what was it? If you don't mind asking, I'm 24. I was just gonna say I got a Chinese yesterday. The green one on the corner here. What the hell is that guy smoking? What is this, bro? I never seen this. Tobacco, is it? He ignored me, but it is what it is, isn't it? I've never seen that before. He ignored me, the guy in front. See, that's the thing. The alcohol is everywhere. Like, look, there's a pub. There's another alcohol shop. It's closed now. Look, there's alcohol in the Spar there. 3 places just here. There's alcohol in that Asian takeaway. There's alcohol over there. The bar up there, there's alcohol. There's so many alcohol places, such a small space. You know? It's crazy. There's alcohol over here in that pub there. You know, it's never ending, is it? How can you do that on the street in public for all to see that and then just ignore a bloke at that rude? It looked like a big, huge pipe, like maybe something that they use in China or something, because they were coming out of the nail salon place. And I just said, bro, what is that? It's a tobacco. And he just looks at me and just ignores me. But that's his problem. Like, there's another bar there, you know? Like this town is full of them. Loads of them. I don't even know how many there is. There's so many. You'd have to sit down and count them all. I know. And everybody's sitting inside there. They're all enjoying themselves. You know? It's a big industry, isn't it? It's an easy way to make money. It's so hard to avoid, like, it's just everywhere, like, you know? But that doesn't mean that you have to do it. 27 bars. It's not at all on her, though, bro. You got to take some responsibility, too. I always used to blame her for my problems, and I realised it's all on me. Blame her. That is really true as well. Like, okay, it could help if she said no. But at the end of the day, you are the adult. You were the one asking for the money. It's not all on her. And maybe she's worried that if she doesn't give you the money, you'll be nagging her, you know? Please, please, please. And she can turn off her phone for a while, but she can't do it forever. But yeah. Look, I'm doing a lot better than when I was. I'm streaming. I'm getting a lot of, subscribers. People that are coming by regularly. The channel is growing a lot each day. I'm going to be at 1,000 in no time. I've definitely reduced alcohol to like once or twice a month. But I'm saying I'm not ready to stop completely. But then people are getting upset with that. You know? Maybe not upset, but they say I'm making excuses. And I understand that. I really do. Oh, damn. Yeah, bro. Do you want to become a moderator, Willis? Because you've been coming back a bit. There, the thing is, there's so many pubs. Yeah. Have you ever? Peace. That's very true. Human help. I think it's the colder countries where the weather is terrible. There's a lot more drinking. Like a lot of those Eastern European countries are very cold, and there's a lot of drinking. Ireland is cold, very cold most of the year. There's a lot of drinking, and the same with Scotland and England and Wales. Like like a lot of the warm countries don't have that problem as much. I think in a lot of countries where the weather is terrible, it seems to be more common. Like, but then again, that's not an excuse either. You know what I mean? It's not an excuse either, but I can understand it. Yeah, bro. If you want to be though, it's up to you. If you want to be, some people like being a moderator, but like, I don't really care if I'm not one or not. But if I've been in someone's channel for like a really long time and they haven't made you a mod, they should just make you a mod without having to ask if you've been there so long. Like Tiger, I've been there so long. He hasn't made me a mod yet. I don't take it personal though. That's a nice camper. I'm just walking around because when I sit in the apartment and talk on the phone, the landlord starts getting irritated, like, because you can hear everything. Like these houses, I think are council. They're more basic, like, compared to the other rich ones I showed you. Thanks, human help. I really appreciate that. I haven't even decided what I'm going to make for dinner. Like, I have some wedges there. I have some burgers there. Like, you see the way you can go 5 minutes up the road and the houses change, like, But they look nice. Like, I wouldn't even mind to have one of them. There's a cat, but I don't really like cats because I'm allergic. Their fur makes me irritated. Like these houses are like government, You can tell how like they're just basic the way they're built. But some of them have had extensions. I think people have bought them, like, all over Dublin. Yeah. His friend. Like the ones with extensions, people probably bought off the council, but you can tell how they're just like basic. Like a lot of them are just basic, like those two grey ones there. You can tell the difference compared to these, and even the road. Like look at the way the road looks like it hasn't been maintained, and it's basic. Like compared to the houses I was showing you, like the big mansions. Everywhere is mixed. Like you'll come here and there'll be council, and then you'll come 5 minutes down the road and it's completely rich. Can you Americans notice that, like the difference already? Like I've never even been in here. I don't even know if it's a dead end. Okay, it is a dead end. People attitude towards alcohol makes it hard to avoid it. If I was in a desert, I don't think I really want alcohol. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I had this alcoholic friend who said, why are you drinking all the time? Because I'm not where I want to be in life. You know? People see it as an excuse. People can relate. People can understand. People can say it's not easy. It depends. Do you know what? Well, you know what the attitude, what I like, the perfect attitude is like, no one is forcing you to drink, you know, but I know it can be tough and not easy. And if you've lived a very difficult life, you struggle with trauma, you know, it's a lot easier for someone without the trauma to go without it, to go without the alcohol. But at the end of the day, we all have choices. Like, you know, your urges are probably stronger to drink because you have the trauma, the issues. But again, no one is forcing you. Look at the dog just sleeping there. But I don't like someone to just plain up say, oh, you're just making excuses, just stop. But I'm not going to get angry with them. That's just their opinion. Yeah, that happens to me when I go different ways in some places, yeah. It shouldn't really be... Okay, you can go out this way. It shouldn't really be seen like that. Like, at the end of the day, it's a drug, like, you know? You're just poisoning yourself just to feel good, like... I don't think there's any difference in someone taking drugs versus someone drinking. Like, I mean, it's the same thing, really, isn't it? It's just a different substance. Life isn't as easy. Dude, let's do it, yeah. There seems to be a lot of campers around this town. Like, look, there's two more up here. And that one is like 2001. It's the same age as me. It's quite old, but it still looks in good condition. I like the designs on it. Like the palm trees and stuff. Look, that's really American, whoever put that on it. Route 66, USA. And then they have the Ireland on the bottom, IRA. Or not IRA, sorry, IRL. And then this one is 2006 model. All of them have spoken openly about their sobriety, journeys in credit, giving up alcohol, transforming their lives and careers for the better. Just out of Route 66. Really? That's cool. So you don't want someone to like come out, like imagine if there was someone in there and they went fucking mental at you. You just wouldn't know, like, but there seems to be a lot of campers around this town. Look at these houses. How are you today? I'm all good, Sandy. How are you? Are they inhabited by travelers, like Irish travelers? I don't know. I know one person that's living in one because he's homeless. And he's a drug addict. And he can't live with his family because, like, they're all dead and have passed on, like, you know. And he saved up all his money just to buy a camper van. He's a lovely guy, down-to-earth guy. But unfortunately, he just has a drug addiction, you know. Where can we go this way? We call them pike here in the US, but don't know if it's rude there. Yeah, it is rude. If you said that to someone here, sorry, I'm kind of stuttering a bit. If you said that to someone here and they were one, you could get like badly hurt. Why? What did Sandy say? Can that his name was Norman. Remember, he was talking and people were telling him to shut up and stuff. Some people were rude. Yeah, don't time at innocent people either. I don't know what you said, but I don't think it was that harmless. Or harmful, I mean. Just walking around. That kind of graffiti is terrible. Like it's just crap. Like there was no effort put into it. But you will find some nice graffiti in one of the streams I put up live, but it's an old one. You like to keep posing, chat. You know your way around. I do, bro. I can't believe it's 8 o'clock already. I need to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner. That Spar is so ridiculously expensive. Like I understand they have to charge more because they're a smaller store and they don't get as many orders in. But they're just taking advantage because they know that they're the only shop in the area. Like, it's crazy how much they're charging. Like, did you see the price of Red Bull in there? It was like 4 something. And like the Coke bottle is like 3 something. And you can get a large one for 4 something. So how does that make sense? Cheeseburger, that's cool. I actually have some burgers and I have some cheese. I have this spicy Mexican cheese. I actually think it's pretty good. I might actually use it. Just make a burger, put on some wedges. You can't go wrong. I was going to buy a pizza in the supermarket. But again, why waste your money when you have food there? You know? That's what I'm saying. Human is abusing the power, and I'm sorry. I'll talk to him privately about it. What do you mean? Do you ever miss making pizzas? Yeah, I made one a couple of days ago and then the day before that. Hello there. Hello, Polly. I didn't see your comment, sorry.
But I think with the green dress, I want to have shoes. The green dress.
But I could wear flat shoes.
Yeah.
You can see this guy from a mile away in this yellow. But I suppose he does it because he probably cycles during the night. He doesn't want to get knocked down. No, you weren't able to eat as much pizza as you wanted, no. Like on your break, there was a Russian manager and there was a Pakistani manager. And the Russian manager, she only let you get like a tiny personal pizza, you know? But the Pakistani manager, like, he didn't care. He was like, just take whatever you want, you're working. He was really nice. But the thing is, like, most of the time she was in and she was in charge. The only time I ever got to get whatever I want was when she wasn't in work. But she was in work most of the time. Hi. He didn't say hello. Keep smiling. I'm sorry you kept getting timed out, please. Yeah, thumbs up and like, please. Yeah, that's the second guy to not say hello, and now he's staring at me because I think he heard me saying he didn't say hello. But it is what it is, isn't it? Remember the other guy earlier? The other guy as well. He didn't say hello, but they were Asian. Like one of them was Asian. The next guy was Asian. But I don't know. Maybe they're just skeptical of people. But if it was an Irish person, like 100%, they would say hello. You know. I'm not saying that like, oh, the Asians are rude or something. But I think Irish people usually would say hello most of the time. Look at this car. I've come across this before. It looks in bits. Like it's completely just like eroding away. Such a shame. Yeah. Look at the tires. Like they're literally destroyed. Do you think it's possible for someone to fix this? Like, do you think that's repairable? Like, why would you have a beautiful car just left to be rotted away? Like, look, it's even grown weeds inside it. So even with the holes, like with the cobwebs, you could fix that up. That's the worst condition I've ever seen a car ever. Like I've seen cars this old and they're in perfect condition. There's a couple of them around here. Even the badge is gone. That car's hooked. Yeah, stripped in the US. Nobody's fixing that. Yeah, that vehicle looks it'd be on repair. It would be very expensive. Yeah, I see you had a PhD. I have a mechanic shop. I could fix it. Really? Like the door is literally has holes in it and it's eroded away from the weather. There's plants growing out of the back. Too much work, yeah. It looks like it's a beautiful car if it wasn't so destroyed, but there's a couple of them around here that are beautiful. Okay, let's walk down to the end and I'm gonna head home. I'm gonna walk down at the bottom to do anything with it. Yeah, it is. It can be fixed, but defo hard work. Yeah, how much do you think it would cost? If I had lots of money, like I'd probably like buy it off the person, you know, and then get it fixed, like because it still is a beautiful car. It seems like, is it just me or is my hairline getting worse by the day? Fucking hell, like. And I think the wind has made it worse, you know. Where are you from? Sean, this looks like a lovely question. Look at all the seaweed. Piles and piles of it, like. 250 subscribers, that's amazing, bro. Don't hold value here, yeah. Mercedes is... No, how are you? No, I'm just doing YouTube and just talking to people here.
Nice one.
Yeah. No boyfriend. I'm not gay.
I know, I know,
I
I
know
know.
you're joking. I
I'm
know.
joking, I'm joking.
I know. Enjoy your walk.
You too.
It's really slippery here. What's your Discord ID? It's Irish boy underscore 44. No, he's the landlord guy from Romania. He's seen me. This is the second time he's bumped it. Okay, so he's the landlord of the property, but like he basically was joking with me, and he says, "Is that your boyfriend?" And I said, "No, I'm just doing YouTube talking to people." And he's like, I said, "Bro, I'm not gay, bro." Like, and he says, "Oh, I'm joking, I'm joking." I said, "I know you're joking." I said, "Enjoy your walk," you know, because he said to me earlier, like he was messing with me, like, or was he messing? Like, one of the key workers was coming. The key workers from Zimbabwe, and I said, "Oh, somebody's waiting on me." He says, "Who?" I said, "Do you see the black guy across the street?" And then he says, "You love the black guys," and started laughing. Because I remember there was a neighbor in the building that was causing lots of problems and being very noisy. And I didn't know his name because he wouldn't speak to anybody. And he was turning on the shower at like 4 a.m., waking everyone up and shouting down the phone at like 3 and 4 a.m. and waking everybody up. And I said, "Oh, the black guy in room 6 is making like lots of noise, keeping me awake." So now, because I mentioned the black guy again, a different black guy, he's like, "You love the black guys messing." And the fact that he said something today and now he said something again, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. Is that your boyfriend? Even though he's joking, it kind of pissed me off. He's getting a bit too comfortable, you know? It is funny, but he's getting a bit too comfortable, I think, you know? Because he's been really mean to me a lot of times when I've come in late and like if I've lost my key, like I've left my key in my room because the door automatically locks and he's a master key. I've come to him like 2 or 3 times in the past and he's screamed and he's gone mental over something small, like kind of abusing his power. So I'm thinking like, is he actually just joking or is he just being a dick and just pretending that he's joking, you know? Because like he has a history of like, you know, shouting and swearing like when I'd leave my key in the apartment, rather than just saying, knock on his door, "Oh, sorry, I locked myself out. The door slammed and shut itself. I went out of the house quickly, not thinking. My key's inside. Could you let me in?" "Oh, don't fucking lose your key. Next time be fucking locked out." Instead of just saying, "Okay, no problem. Just be careful next time," something like that. So because he has a history of going mad, you know, and then one time earwigging to my conversation when I was like talking to my mother and I was saying, "Oh, he's really rude," and then he went and confronted me. Instead of apologizing and actually admitting that he's rude, he said, "Oh, why are you talking bad about me to your mother? First of all, why are you listening to my phone calls?" You know? So the fact that he made the joke like today, "You love the black guys," and the fact that he said like, "Is that your boyfriend?" It's just like, are you actually joking or are you just trying to like aggravate me? Are you trying to bully me? Are you trying to like have a bit of power? You know, because you think I'm soft. It's not that I'm soft. It's just like I've gone through enough shit in my life. I don't need any more fights, any more arguments. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And like it takes a lot to get me angry, you know? And you know, he knows he's in a position of power and he could fuck you out tomorrow. So that's why I don't really get annoyed at him that much when he gets mean to me. And he knows that. But if it was anybody else on the street that was like saying shit, you know, I wouldn't tolerate it. So is he trying to get a bit too comfortable? Like I let it slide when he said you love the black guys, you know. But now he's saying something again. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Hello, how are you? Yeah, but that's the kind of person he is. He does that with everybody. He does it with everybody. But do you think it was rude to say, like, is that your boyfriend? Like, I'm joking. But why do you need to fucking joke, mate? But like, if he didn't have that history of abusing his power, right? And then he said it, how is it now, service? How is it now, the service, guys? Has it got back normal? Like, as soon as I was explaining, it just kicked me out and just brought me back to my app section, and then I had to go back in and click into it. Is it like really good? Okay, I'll do that. But just let me know what you guys think, like, of like him saying that about you love the black guys this morning and then today. Is that your boyfriend? Like, with his history of like when something wrong happens, screaming and shouting. So is it a joke, or is he just like being disrespectful? He thinks you're a soft touch. He knows that he can get away with it because he's in a position of power and he's the landlord. What do you guys think? Yes, it was rude of him. Maybe he's homophobic. He could be an a-hole. Yeah. Things are very different here in the US. Disrespect doesn't fly at all. I'm going to walk back now. How is the connection now, guys? It is kind of homophobic if you think about it, like, in a way. Like, I mean, you know, like imagine if I was gay, which I'm not. Like, how are you going to feel? How are you going to take it? You know? It's not really a nice comment, especially coming from someone like a landlord. Like, they're supposed to be professional, like, you know? See, that's the problem with people in a position of power, like, you know, in the police, like I was saying, you know, in the prisons, landlords, because they know that they could just, like, they have a position of power. They'll speak to you like whatever way they kind of want. But if it was a regular person on the street, they wouldn't do shit. Because I remember I seen a really rude prison officer that used to talk to me like crap in the prison. But then when I got released, I seen him in the street one time and I was angry and I said, "Hey, what's up?" You know? And he just walked away and ignored me because, you know, he wasn't so big then, you know? That's what I'm telling you. And I did get a bit pissed, and he could see that I got a bit pissed. He was like, "Oh, I'm joking. He could see I got a bit annoyed with him, because I did. It's not funny, like, you know what I mean? It's not fucking funny, like, it is getting too comfortable. The fact that he has a history of abusing his power, the fact that he said something this morning that I let him slide, and now you're saying something again? Again? Fucking hell, like. I did, bro. And he wasn't so brave then. I confronted him. "Hey, what's up?" Like, angry, you know, in his face. Just looked at me and just turned around and walked away. You know? But when he was in that prison and he had that bat, you know, and he was with all his prison mates, you know, he had such a big mouth on him then, didn't he? But then when I seen him on his own, he didn't have such a big mouth then, did he? It just goes to show you, doesn't it? Abuse. Just not really abuse, but kind of bullying, yeah. Yeah, how was the time for that shit? Everyone, like and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, I had been drinking a little bit, but I still would have confronted him anyways. I don't think I'd let that slide, like. maybe I wouldn't have been so as angry. I might have said like, why were you such a dick when you were in prison? Be a dick now, you know? And he only did it to me. He didn't do it to anybody else, like. And I think it's because the people that he was doing it to were from his country. He was Polish, and there was Polish guys in the cell. He was doing it to me, because I was like, I don't know why, but raped in jail. Yeah, bro. I'm glad too, bro. I would say it's hell on earth. I was talking about Irish jails are hell on earth, so I can't even imagine what a jail would be like in India. Did you see the jails in Syria? I seen a documentary. It's absolutely awful. Like, they're riddled with rats and mice, and there's infections, and they're just being given a scrap of bread for the whole day. No access to showers or toilets. They're just crapping in the corner, and the place is stinking.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah.
And they're getting like beaten like on a daily basis, and sometimes they're even like beaten to death, and there's no justice, like. And sometimes they don't even get any food at all. They're lucky to get a piece of bread, apparently. The Polish people living in English countries, most of them are very, very respectful if you respect you. If you respect them. Like, most of them are very respectful if you respect them. A lot of them drink a lot as well. And if you piss one of them off, you're fucked. They can cause a lot of damage. They're very aggressive when they get angry. But if you be respectful to them and don't cause any problems, you'd be good. And a lot of them are like, people say racist or not welcome, however you want to see it. But like, if I was dating a black woman, most Irish people wouldn't have a problem with that. But they'd have a problem, and they'd laugh at you and kind of call you names, you know. Like, even when I visited there's no diversity in that country, and they're very like racist, if you want to call it like that, you know. I don't know why they're like that, but that's how they are. The best, I don't know about the best. I can't really say, because everyone is good and bad in their own ways. Once you go black, you don't go back. Plus the gang culture. He's a bully. Sean, do you often lose your temper when you're drinking? Sometimes. He's a bully. Who? See, this is where I live, you know. And the church is over there. Yeah, I don't like racism either, bro. Bro, it's horrible to be racist, like, you know? I don't understand it, like. I think people are just hurt and not happy in their own life, and they just blame everyone else for their problems and just take it out on people of colour, because it's easier to do that than it is to just like accept your mistakes and your wrongdoing and that you've been hurt in life. I think a truly happy person wouldn't be racist, but I don't think it's an excuse. But they are really hard-working people as well, bro. You know, they are really hard-working. Like, a lot of them do construction. A lot of them are into construction. Yeah. You ever drink Guinness? Yeah, and I don't like it. Should I end the live so it doesn't act up? I think he's getting too comfortable. The guy, the landlord guy, he's getting too fucking comfortable, and it's fucking pissing me off. Like, but if I go texting him and bringing it up, then he'll turn into an argument, and then it will just go and go and go and go. And I'm better than him. I don't even need to give him the minute. I don't even need to give him the time. I shouldn't even. I should look like that. I don't even care about it and rise above it. I shouldn't have to even, because like if you're texting him, why'd you say that? You're mean. Then you're giving him power and energy. Don't even give it any power or energy. But it is over the line, and it is pissing me off. But I just can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I don't have other housing options right now, no. He doesn't like fucking anything. Any bit of noise, he's fucking moaning, complaining. It's crazy, like. No, he's not. He's from Romania. Not that one. It's a Catholic church. I prefer the Christian churches. I went in there once or twice though. I think if you complain, like you actually give him power, like, you know. Then he feels like he's winning then and feels better because he knows it's upsetting you, you know. Yeah, bro. I fell down there while I was drunk one time, and like I only just like hurt my back a little bit, but like it could have been 10 times worse. You could have hit your head and died. You shouldn't feel like that, bud. Like what? 1 second. I'm gonna close the window. Hi Harry, how are you? I think you'd feel better if you made your bed, bro. Spliff up your place a touch. No, see the bed, I put it on top of that because there was someone coming out here to inspect the place today. Um, and I usually have the mattress on the floor because that mattress is like a prison bed. And you can't really change it. Like, you can't really get rid of the furniture that's already here. So if I put another bed in, there's going to be no space. Drink some water, yeah. Some lord in America wouldn't live in the same neighborhood he rented to. I think you'd feel better. Okay, that looks like a new couch, Sean. No, it's not. Drink some water. Good luck. It's just a bed. Shouldn't feel like that. Yeah. It's Coptic African. We grew up with Irish in Holloway near Arsenal. It was tough for all of us. But there's a problem now in my area with litter and aggressive behaviour from Muslims, sadly. Complain too much because I think that's a weakness. I mean, got a new coat. It's not a new one, no. I've had it a while, actually, to be honest with you. I've had it like 6 or 8 months, probably. No, they're selling the property, apparently, but there's going to be a new landlord, but I don't know when. But I don't have to move out. But I don't know when it is. I just know it's soon. You have taste. Yeah, I do. I do have quality outfits. I do have taste. Thank you. I'm not bully you. It's too cold. Play back. No, it's not too cold, but it's actually quite nice the weather. But I'm just tired now, so I went for a long walk. Like I wouldn't really want to be doing that. Everyone like and subscribe. That's new. I'd really appreciate it. Interesting. It's difficult to buy a home there. If you have the money, it's not difficult. No, but I don't have the money. You know. That's the thing. But to find somewhere to rent is difficult. Like there's a huge lack. Like you can be looking for months and not find anything suitable. You know, that prison bed is probably good for your back. We've seen the maroon tracksuit. It's a good color, definitely pick up. Babes in that outfit. Yeah. It's like aqua. And it says diesel on the front of it. Yeah, it's a nice one, bro. Good luck, mate. All the best. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. God bless you, bro. God bless everybody here. Did you see the cops stopping me today, bro? Human help. Did you see them talking to me and saying, what are you doing? I'm going for a walk. Okay, don't be hanging around because you'll end up drinking and then getting into trouble. If I see you around here in 30 minutes, he said it's not going to be good or something. Like, I actually have that on my live. I might put it on my short, bro. Like, that would make a lot of like views. Like, if you type up Garda, which is the Irish for police, if you type up Garda, that will make a lot of views. But you don't want the guard to find out that he's on fucking video because he'll make your life hard. You know? The cops told you that you're going to start drinking. No, because they kind of know me. I have a bad name around here because I've been picked up drunk a couple of times, and it's a small little town, and they know everyone. You know, like when a place is a little small town and everybody knows everybody. You should fucking pigs. Sort of red cord. The maroon tracksuit. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, Dublin was a large city. It is, but you have like certain areas, and then the certain cops would be dispatched to that area. Like they only work with crimes in that area. If you have Blackrock, you have Dunleary, where I live, Dunleary. The Dunleary cops would stay in Dunleary, and they would deal with crimes in this area. So it's a small little town, so they know like people that they've picked up in the past. Like, and my face is very there's not many people that look like me, so if you see me once and you see me a year later, you probably recognize me. Why do you drink? A mix of things like boredom, lonely, blah blah blah. Bro, I'm gonna put some dinner on now because I'm actually getting really hungry. Chrysler George thing. It's addiction. I drank last night. So did I. I have to ask the staff for some. That's crazy. Like if they're running a bar, like they should make sure everything is on top. I didn't go to the grocery store, but I have food from a couple of days ago. I'm gonna make something now. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys. Let's see. Okay, there's some chips left over from the Chinese last night. I just used my hands. Yeah, bro. I'm starving, mate. Burgers. I might eat the leftovers as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna end the stream now and start another one. Everyone that's not subscribed and liked, subscribe now, please, because we're gonna start another live now, so the connection doesn't cut, because that can happen and I'm losing the lives. Okay, I'll see you all. Yeah, everyone subscribe because I'm gonna be back in any second right now. I'm gonna come back on immediately. Gotta get lettuce and tomato for the burgers. I don't really like that. But anyways, everyone subscribe while they have the opportunity to right now, because I'm gonna be back in any second. I'm gonna start the live immediately.